What's up, everybody? What's up? How you doing? This is Stitching, where we weave stories for you, stitch by stitch. In this edition of the show, our focus is on the Bikuti goddess of Cameroon, Lady Ponce. Lady Ponce, yes, probably sounds like a strange story that we're going to be talking about. But let me fill you in, dive right straight to the point on what's happening in the entertainment industry.
Any my neck they carry head, any my head they carry sense. Check in the sense. Check in the
Recently, Camtel is the body in Cameroon. It's a telecommunications network precisely for Cameroon. You know, we have several other telecommunications networks like Orange, of course, which is owned by the French, and then we have MTN, which is also a telecommunications network from South Africa, and you know how that is. Then we have Camtel, which is Cameroon Telecommunications Network, Camtel, you know. Well, am I here to educate you about our telecommunications networks? No, of course not. But this is what caught our attention this week. This week, Camtel put as headliner Fally Ipupa. Fally Ipupa. Yeah, Fally Ipupa was headlining a show of an event that is going to be organized by Camtel come December. When they put out that flyer, trust me, it did not sit well with the Bikuti goddess Lady Ponce, as she went on her social media platform to rant, to put out her grievances, and she was really pissed at it. And one of the things she said was, Fally, I need you to know that I am not making this post about you. I like you and I appreciate your talent and you're doing amazing in the entertainment industry. But my talk right now is for Camtel. And then she went ahead to speak hell on Camtel and tell Camtel that what they're doing is not right, and that there are many other amazing artists in Cameroon that could headline that show. Aside, of course, Fally Ipupa, who is a foreigner and not of Cameroon origin, or is not a Cameroonian artist and stuff like that. One of the examples of artists that she called was a veteran artist who has run the Cameroon entertainment industry for a long time, Petit Pays. He said, if they're trying to look for somebody who is a veteran artist and has masses and amass a whole crowd, then why are they not calling somebody like Petit Pays to be on the show and stuff? Well, the internet did not take it right. It is first of all important for you guys to know that this whole thing about foreign artists and all of this happening in Cameroon has been happening for a long time. In fact, this is where the whole idea of 80-20 rule actually pulled through, where Cameroonians are pushing the narrative that they have to play 80% of Cameroonian content, including movies and music on TV shows and stuff, and those are the things that are supposed to be pushed 80%, and then 20% of foreign stuff, and that is supposed to go right to the companies that are bringing artists into the country and stuff like that. So this narrative has already been being pushed for a long time. You also remember years ago when a Cameroonian comedian called CY International stopped when I reported the coming of Naira Marley into the country, because they were like, yo, you can't bring somebody into the country like that. First of all, he's pushing bad habits, and then secondly, this is not in accordance. There are so many other Cameroonian artists that could be pulled up for the show. So many shows have been cancelled in Cameroon because of that narrative. Well, when the Bikuti goddess came up with this whole rant on social media and pouring her grievances, many people went ahead and were saying, oh, look at, this is what we've been saying. CY International, the comedian, was right after all, because of course we need to push the narrative of 80-20. But ladies and gentlemen, is this what this is really about? Of course not. I don't think that Lady Ponce's grievances were geared towards the 80-20 rule. It had nothing to do with it. In fact, it wasn't related. Why was Lady Ponce specifically angry about Camtel? And this is where people really missed out on the whole thing. She was angry because Camtel, like I said before at the beginning, and this is the reason I was trying to throw clarification into the telecommunications network, is because Camtel is a Cameroon-owned brand. It's a Cameroon telecommunications network, okay? Unlike MTN, which is South Africa, and Orange, which is French. So if these other two telecommunications networks were organizing an event in Cameroon and they decided to bring a foreigner, okay, let the foreigner come and headline. Of course, Orange brought Burna Boy one time, didn't they? Lady Ponce didn't say anything. Of course, she didn't say anything. Her main concern was the fact that Camtel is funded by Cameroonian taxpayers. Okay, these things are funded by Cameroonian taxpayers, and that taxpayers that push these things, that Cameroonians that use this thing, this is being used strictly in Cameroon. So the people that are really utilizing it is Cameroon. So this telecommunications network, Camtel, is supposed to take into consideration the promotion of its own. Okay, so it was very important that if there was anybody to headline such a show by Camtel, which is Cameroon, it should be a Cameroonian. So they can't go out out and take a foreign artist, pay hundreds and hundreds of millions to begin with, because of course that was another shocking thing. I heard the price that Fally Ipupa is supposed to be paid, the deal is about 120 million CFA, which is crazy. Because again, if we're looking at it from that perspective, I think that her cry on social media is very valid. It's just crazy how there are so many other interpretations that always come about. It's important for you to know that when this came up, many people are also saying that this promotion stunt. I'm like, what? Why would she want to promote that? Why is this a promotion stunt? Like, she's getting paid for saying stuff like this so that they can promote, you know? It's crazy, because if you look at the amount of money that is going to be shipped to Fally and his crew, and the number of people that are going to come, and the flight, and all of that money that is going to be spent, they say it's business. But what if they took this money and gathered about 5 to 6 Cameroonian artists and put them on the same stage? Don't you think that they're going to pull or amass that same quality? We are top artists in Cameroon. There's been the rivalry between Jovi and Stanley, and of course, which is very subtle, but people have never really watched these two on stage. Many people are also saying on social media, what if they brought these two together and called them on one stage? What is the impact that they could create? Well, lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, that's our entertainment industry, and we don't know how that's going to go, but this is what's happening. What is your opinion as far as this is concerned? Is it right for Camtel to bring in a foreign artist, or they are supposed to promote the artists that are in Cameroon and pay this money and keep the money circulating within the country, because Camtel is funded by the taxpayers? We want to know what you think in the comment section below, and remember to click in that red button below if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we had for you in this edition of the show. If you love what we're giving you every week, remember to share, to subscribe, and of course, come back next time, because we're always here to give you what's hot and what's not. Your ever smiling black boy, Karawa.